Anthony Hirsch here with Quality Shot Tennis. Patrick, good match today in two sets. It was a strong performance, ending it with a Pete Sampras slam dunk on the match point. Serving well, playing aggressive. I think with maybe some more killer instinct on the big points when you need it. What do you think made the difference for you today?
Yeah, I think that was big. I think I served well when I needed to. Dig myself out of some spots in some service games where I was under pressure, and I think I did a good job of just playing each point with a fresh slate, kind of. And there was a couple games there I broke. I think when I was 40 love down on his serve. So playing every point like it matters. I think today was the biggest thing.
Yeah, absolutely. And then at 3-1, the first set, sometimes people don't look at the early games or the early points as that important, but I think it was an important moment. You were down break point at 3-1. You had a drop shot. What is your mentality or belief when it comes to the big points? We see players like Carlos Alcaraz at the top, for example, playing the big risks and the big moments. Do you think that those are good moments to also go for risks because your opponent is also feeling the pressure? What is your thought on that?
Yeah, well, I think it's important that you no matter what you decide to do, that you commit to the decision that you make. So if it's a drop shot, commit to it, get there with your feet and hit it with purpose. If it's a forehand that you're going, big up the line, do the same, get your feet in position and really commit to it. And it just seems like on big points, for whatever reason, sometimes things look like they're there when maybe they aren't. But today, and this whole week, I think I've made some good decisions and pressure moments. I think that's why I'm still playing tomorrow.
Yeah, absolutely. And then earlier this year, you had an injury. You underwent your fourth surgery.
Yeah.
And you broke your foot, and then you continued playing. You had a fracture due to it. So how happy are you to be in the place where you're at now, reaching your second consecutive Challenger final? If you're thinking back to where you were then.
Yeah, I mean, listen, if I was in a boot for 6 weeks and I couldn't walk, and like you said, fourth surgery of my career, so obviously a tough moment for me, and super proud of how I've come back and competed, especially just since the operation, and how I've handled myself on the court. I think has been the biggest thing. I think my tennis is improving day by day. That's the goal, but I think mentality wise, I've been sharp, and it's allowed me to win some close matches and hang in there when things get tough.
Yeah, absolutely. And then can you rank these four things for me of what define you as an athlete? So loving to win, hating to lose, loving to compete, and also tennis is brutal. I'll put in hating to compete as well sometimes.
Yeah. It might depend on the day, honestly, but
Yeah.
I think at the end of the day, loving to compete is probably going to be at the top. I think there's a lot of things that come with competing and competing in high pressure situations for goals, dreams, financial reward, etc. And it gives you a lot of maybe you're nervous, you're stressed, you have anxiety, whatever, but those feelings are super hard to come by, in this life. So I think we have to be grateful as athletes that we get to experience
brutal sport, but also maybe equally rewarding as well.
Right. There's times, where it's really brutal, but I think at least I love to, compete when it matters. And I do think I probably hate to lose more than I love to win. So I'd probably put them in that order. I think when you win, it's always like, there's a short amount of happiness because you always have to play again the next day, pretty much, unless you win the event. So you can never be like overly happy or satisfied because you just kind of have to stay locked in and stay in the bubble. So unless you win a tournament, you don't really get more than 24 hours to enjoy a win.
Yeah, you got a chance of that tomorrow, playing against either Liam Draxler or Michael Zhang. How are you going to prepare for those two matches?
Yeah, just recover like usual, and make sure the body's ready to go, which I think will be no problem. I'm feeling good, knock on wood. So just recover, and gonna hit some balls here in a few minutes, work on a couple things, and it's gonna be a really tough match regardless. So either way, gonna have to play well, compete hard, and give myself a chance.
Yeah. All right. Good luck.
Thanks.
Man. Yeah. Thank you.